Hi everyone, so yes, I am back. I guess you missed my face, right? I am filming this on my webcam just because I really wanted to get this video up for you guys and I couldn't be bothered charging my camera. I was going to film this yesterday, but I did sit down in front of the camera yesterday and film it, and then it died halfway through and I can't find my camera charger, so I can't bother looking for it, so this is going to have to do. Also, before I begin this video, I've got 3 things to tell you guys. The first thing is, if I kind of keep looking everywhere, it's because I'm not used to sitting in front of a camera or a webcam in this case, and filming. So if I'm kind of all fidgety and like playing with my hair and stuff more than normal, that's why. The second thing is I just really want to thank every single one of you for sticking by me through this period in my life of absence, I guess, period of absence, I don't know. Yeah, it's really meant a lot for me. If you follow me on my social media, you will know why I've been away, but if not, or if you just want to kind of hear me tell the story of why I've been away and also some paranormal experiences related to why I've been away, then keep watching. And the last thing is, not that I'm not myself when I film videos for you guys, but I normally kind of put on like a super happy, like, hi everyone, like a really happy kind of front. And not that I'm not a happy person, but you know, I'm a human being and human beings have times in their life where everything kind of just is shit. And this is probably the most raw video that I'm ever going to make for you guys, so I'm sorry if I get emotional. I don't think I will, but I might. I don't know. So I'm sorry if I get emotional in this. Yeah, I'm just warning you that this is going to be probably the most raw video that I film for you guys. And it's probably going to be a long one. So before I begin, get yourself comfortable. Probs, get like a snack or a drink or something. And stay tuned and I will tell you what's been happening in my life. So like I said before, for those of you who don't follow me on social media, you won't know why I've been away. So basically, to put it in long story short, my mum's dad, my wonderful, amazing Papa, he passed away on the 5th of September, and I can feel myself welling up. Already, Jesus, Courtney. Yeah, he passed away on the 5th of September. Trying not to cry. And yeah, it was after I filmed this video, like I said yesterday, and I kind of went into too much detail, and I've been talking for like 20 minutes about how sick he was, and I'm like, you guys, not that you guys don't care, but I mean, I wouldn't want to sit and listen to how sick someone's grandpa was for 20 minutes. But basically, after a long battle with dementia, and in the end he had 2 brain hemorrhages, 2 strokes, the first one being the biggest that his surgeons had ever seen. And he, like I said, he had a really long battle with dementia and a really long battle just with his health in general. I mean, it was an incredibly fast decline of his health, which is why, to be honest, my videos have been so scarce this year in general. His health has probably declined. His health declined probably the worst in the last year, so that is why this year I have probably only put up like 4, 5, 6 videos, because we've made a couple of trips up there to go and see him. And the last couple of months, I think the last video I made was announcing my engagement. I could be wrong, I don't know. That was about in June or July. Anyway, it was my last video. And his health just declined from there. And, you know, I wasn't sure when I was going to be ready to make this video. A lot of you guys are kind of like, when are you going to make a video? When are you going to make a video? And, you know, I make videos because this is my hobby. That's how it started out to be. I found Bunny, Graveyard Girl, I'm sure you all know who she is. She was the one that inspired me to make videos because I watched one of her first, I think her first paranormal video. I don't even know how I came across it, but I did. And I was watching it and I was like, wow, she experiences things too. And I kind of was like, well, if people watch her because of her experiences, I want to be able to share my experiences with other people everywhere else as well. So it's always just been a hobby for me, and the past couple of months have probably losing him, not even just losing him, but, you know, going through, we were so close and he meant so much to me, and going through seeing him go from this wonderful, intelligent, he was the most intelligent man I've ever met in my entire life, from that to not knowing who I am, to having to brain hemorrhages, to ending up in a coma, to him passing away, his funeral. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. I mean, I've had people in my family, and I had a friend of mine pass away when I was younger. But, you know, when you're young, you don't fully comprehend what it means for someone to pass away, or to find out that someone's passed away. You don't fully comprehend what that means. You don't, oh, well, I just won't see them again. I didn't fully understand when I was younger, and I mean, I still don't understand, because they say grief kind of goes through stages, and I keep going in between the really sad and the denial stage. It's bizarre. So, long story short, I mean, I could talk about it for hours, but I just needed some personal time, and I just wasn't sure when I was going to make a video again, and I've been thinking about it for the past even month. I've been like, I really need to put a video up, but I've tried a couple of times, and I just haven't felt ready to sit down with you guys and tell you exactly everything that's happened. I'm always real with you guys, and I'm always telling you everything that's going on in my life, but I just needed some Courtney time. So I hope you guys all understand. And yeah, so I'm sorry if I'm not super chirpy talking about this. But yeah, like I said, it's the first person that's ever been super close to me that I've had pass away. And without going into too much detail, I mean, I'm the kind of person, I don't bottle up my emotions, but it takes a lot for me to break. And I was pretty strong the whole way through him being sick and everything, but he lived in the country, so his funeral was up 10 hours away from us. Kind of like Sydney's here, and he, like, this is the east coast of Australia, Sydney's here, and he kind of lives up towards Queensland and inland. So 10 hours away, he had his funeral was in his town. And my mum and myself were pallbearers at his funeral. And if you don't know what that means, it means that you carry the coffin from... Oh, please don't cry. You carry the coffin from the... I'm about to cry. Whew. See, I'm fine. And then I start talking about his funeral, and that's when... You carry the coffin. A pallbearer is when you carry the coffin from the church to the hearse, and then from the hearse to his grave. And my mum and I did that, and that is probably the hardest thing that I have... I didn't think I was going to cry. That is probably the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. I mean, I'm so glad I did it, but yeah, see, I fucking thought I was ready to make this video. I need a moment. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to cry, but apparently I'm going to cry. Yeah, so that was the hardest thing out of the whole situation, I think, was carrying his coffin. Anyway, let's stop talking about it, because I'm gonna keep crying. So basically, the reason why I want to make this video is to tell you guys some paranormal experiences that have happened regarding him. The first thing happened, I'm pretty sure it happened before he passed away, but it was while he was incredibly sick, because he was in a coma for the last, I think it was a week. He was in a coma for about the last week, and I think this happened towards the very end. So my mum and I have, on our fridge, we have these two plastic photo frame sort of things that you can slot in about 5 or 6 photos in each one. One's a portrait and one's like a landscape. In the landscape one, there's always been a photo of me and my dad, and in the portrait one, there was a photo of me, Mum, and Papa, and the photo was probably, was at his sister's 90th birthday, and she's about like 96, so like 5 or 6 years ago, and that was when we took that photo, that was the first photo that we'd kind of taken of him in a long time, where we're all standing up, but it's kind of like from here up. And the look in his eyes is just like they're all glassed over and they look really distant. And I remember when we first got that photo back, I looked at it and that was when I first realised that, oh, he's not just getting old, he's got dementia or something. Anyway, those two have always been the photos that have been on the fridge. We have other ones slotted behind them, but for the past, so that was taken 6 years ago. For the past 6 years, and if not longer for the one of me and my dad, those have been the photos on the fridge. I don't know if someone was over or my mum and I were talking. Anyway, I went to go get the photo of me, Mum and Papa off the fridge, and it wasn't there. And in its place is this one. So that's me and that's him. And this was Doesn't have a year, but I probably, I think I'm about 4 or 5 in that photo. And that was before, obviously, before he got sick. And so that was in its place. So I'll show you what I mean. It's just like one of these things and the photo just sits in there. So we've got one like that and one like that. And I was like, Mum, where's the photo? Because this one's in its place. She didn't change it. I didn't change it. We didn't change it. So long story short, we found the photo that we were looking for in one of those drawers where our phone is, which is bizarre because I don't know why it was in there, but it was. But the first thing I thought when I saw this photo was that's how he wants us to remember him. He doesn't want us to remember him as sick and, you know, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure this is morbid, but we had come back from seeing him the last time while he was in a coma at a nursing home on the Wednesday, and he passed away on the 5th, which was Thursday. And I'm pretty sure it was the Wednesday night, so now I'm all red because I just scratched myself. It was the Wednesday night that I was looking for that photo of us three because, as morbid as this sounds, we knew he was going to pass away, and we needed a recent photo of him for funeral processions and stuff. So I think it was just before he passed away that I was looking for that photo. My first instinct was that he just wanted us to remember him as he is in this photo and not in the one where I first looked at it and I was like, oh, there's something wrong with him. The second photo happened, I'm pretty sure it was the night that he had passed away, like the night. He passed away at 7 o'clock Thursday morning. I'm pretty sure it was that night that this happened. I could be wrong, but I think it was. Either that or the night before. The night after, sorry. So either the Thursday night or the Friday night. But basically, the morning after this experience happened, I kind of need to tell you this before I tell you the experience because it actually happened to Mum and not me. I got up in the morning and I came out and was doing whatever I was doing. And I took one look at Mum. We're actually kind of standing like behind this couch here. And I said to her, like, I can read my mum like a book. And I said to her, I was like, Mum, what's wrong? And she was like, nothing. And I was like, Mum, tell me. I did the eyebrow raise and I was like, Mum, seriously, tell me what's wrong. And she was like, Papa came and saw me last night, or I saw Papa last night. It was one of those, and I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, he came and saw me in the middle of the night, and I was like, what the fuck happened? So basically, it was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm pretty sure it was 2 o'clock, because long story short, the 2 o'clock has its significance. About a week beforehand, I'm pretty sure a week to the day that he passed away, or a week and a day, when they know someone's going to pass away, and you're not having them on life support or anything because of his brain hemorrhages. And long story short, he was not on life support. We were just letting nature take its toll. And there was reasoning behind that, but I just can't bother getting into it. They put a drip in, and the drip doesn't kill you. It's not a euthanasia drip, although we were told it was, but it's not. Someone told us it was, but it's not because it's illegal, obviously. But it's just basically got like morphine. It has anti-nausea drugs and antipsychotic drugs. So morphine to make sure he's in no pain because he was in a coma. Antipsychotic drugs because, to be realistic with you, when people are in comas and dementia, they hallucinate. I mean, he was... Anyway, and then anti-nausea drugs to counteract any of the other medicines were making him feel sick. So that was put in at 2 o'clock on whatever day it was, about a week and a half before he passed away. So it was 2 o'clock in the morning, the night that he had passed away. Mum woke up to feeling something on the end of her bed. Now, Ali, my dog, she sleeps with either my mum or me on the end of our bed. Usually she'll start off the night sleeping on the end of my bed, and then during the night she'll go and jump up on my mum's bed early morning, which is about 2 or 3 o'clock is when she does it normally. And so Mum woke up at about 2 o'clock feeling something on the end of her bed, but assumed it was Ali. Now, because we had been up visiting him in the nursing home, we had her in boarding and we were due to pick her up the day after he passed away because we weren't sure when we were going to be back and how long we'd be staying, so we had her in boarding for an extra 2 days. So Mum's half asleep feeling this pressure on the end of her bed, and she's like, oh, it's just Ali. And then she kind of like woke up a little bit more and was like, hold on, wait, Ali's in boarding. So she opened her eyes and she saw Papa sitting on the end of her bed. And she was just like sitting there like in shock. And she said that she was making direct eye contact with him. She said he didn't look young. But he didn't look old, he didn't look young, he just looked like himself before he got dementia and before he got sick. And he said to her, "I just want to thank you, Courtney and Nathan, for everything that you've done for me. I am at peace now and you can move on." Mum said she was in so much shock. She said she started crying and then kind of like, not blinked, but not closed her eyes. She kind of just was like, to make sure it was real, and then she looked back up and he was gone. So when she told me that, like, my mum experienced things a little bit when she was younger, but never, I mean, to have someone actually come and speak to you that has just passed away, like, that is probably, I got the biggest goosebumps when she told me that story. So, yeah. Another thing that keeps happening quite a lot. Now, for me, this happens a little bit, but ever since Papa's passed away, our lights, especially one that is there, and I'm going to try and show it to you. So we have this lamp. Yep, you can see it. Cool. We have that lamp. And, you know, we have it on of a night time. I should probably have it on soon because it's getting dark. But we have it on instead of having the big light in the lounge room on, just so it's not as harsh and in your face. And that has been flickering non-stop. Now, it is an old lamp, but we've changed the light bulb. We've got a lamp like that, but a smaller version, like this one, but like a smaller, like a quarter of the size of that in the kitchen. That's been flickering as well. And it's been happening quite a lot when we'll be discussing either Papa or something to do with him. It tends to flicker a lot. Ali has been kind of as though she's following someone a lot, and she wags her tail and will stare in like thin air. So, I mean, a lot has been happening, and just after he passed away, even still sometimes now, but probably for the maybe 2 or 3 weeks after he passed away, I sensed him around so much. Now, it's very rare that, like, I will usually get a feeling when someone's around, but I can never pinpoint who it is. But it was to the point where I was like, you need to, like, I just felt so, like, claustrophobic and felt like, I can't explain it. I just felt like so, not trapped, but just, I felt like he was just standing right in front of me for weeks. And it was to the point where I was like, I'm going to walk into a room and he's going to be standing right in front of me. Like, it was ridiculous. I could sense him around so much. Even still, I mean, not so much, it'll be every couple of days. Now, last night, Ali started drinking her water and I was like, what the fuck is that sound? So, like, you guys can see this couch behind me here. We have a couch there. And it's hard to explain, but when you're standing and shutting that door, you can still see part of that couch. And it's to the point now where when I come out here and I, like, have to turn a light off or something, I don't even look at that couch because I'm convinced I'm going to see him sitting there. So, yeah, they're all the paranormal experiences that have happened. I've also had someone ask me, I should have gotten this up beforehand. I don't remember what her name is. I posted a video on my courtleex Facebook page, which, by the way, if you haven't, go like it already. If you haven't liked it already, go like it because, you know, like on my leave of absence. Mind you, I wasn't really updating it that much while I was gone. Oh, more of you guys have asked questions. Okay, so, yeah, I didn't update it. ADD. Go like my Facebook page because I tend to update it while I am not making videos. Daria asked me quickly, have any other relatives apart from your grandpa visited you or your mum? No. No. Not that I know of. I mean, I feel presences and stuff around and I see glimpses, but no one has ever, to that extent, no. People are just saying, I'm glad you're back. Thanks, guys. That is the reason for my leave of absence. I don't like making excuses, but I just really needed some me time. I'm really sorry for getting upset. That's really embarrassing. I cried on the internet. Oh, well. I didn't think I would, which is strange. It's kind of getting easier to talk about, but now, not that I don't talk about it with anyone, but it's not even, like, him passing away makes me sad, but we also, the thing that makes me the saddest is his funeral because he had a viewing before his funeral. If I can give you one piece of advice to anyone out there who loses a loved one, do not go to the viewing if they were really sick. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I think that's probably what's made it a lot harder for me to get over it because he was so sick in the end. He was malnourished. He hadn't eaten. He hadn't had anything to drink. He was so skinny. yeah, so if that's one piece of advice I can give you from this piece, if that's one piece, oh my god, I can't speak. If there is one piece of advice I can give you, if you're going to take one thing from this video, is that do not go to a viewing if you've had a really sick family member. But I don't want to end this video on a sad note. So that is why I've been away. I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking by me in this leave of absence. If you have any video requests or anything, or if, you know, you want me to do a video more in depth of, I don't know, anything to do with someone passing away or paranormal anything, just let me know. I don't have any other paranormal updates to give you guys, so don't ask me to do those. Not that I'm sounding rude, but I can't make one unless I experience something, is what I'm trying to say. Also, mine and Nathan's engagement party is in 2 weeks. On the 23rd of November, so that's pretty exciting. So I'm going to end the video now because that's a happy note to end the video on. So I love you guys all so much, and thank you for being so supportive, and just thanks for sticking by me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.